What's up, guys? Today we're going to be comparing two of the best older flagship phones. So if you guys are in the market for an older flagship phone, today we got the Oneplus 7 Pro and the Note 10 Plus. I wanted to do these comparisons because I was actually using Mint Mobile with both of these phones, and I wanted to go ahead and just get a good feel for the Note 10 and the Oneplus 7 Pro again as just like a daily driver. So I want to go ahead and talk about our video partner Mint Mobile. Alright, so if you guys are looking to cut the cost with everything, just how expensive everything is with inflation and $1,000 phones, and even I had to cut back, eating out and stuff like that so much. So Mint Mobile, they offer premium wireless coverage for as low as $15 a month. You don't have to sacrifice any coverage, speed, or data. They're actually built on the nation's largest 5G network, and they're able to keep the cost low because they sell direct to you online, and they cut out the retail stores and salespeople, stuff like that. And that's how they're able to achieve these great prices. I was spending about $50 a month on my plan, and now I'm able to save money and maintain great speed here. So I went ahead and ran a speed test here. You guys can see we get really good speed. My connection is fast. Your internet should be able to handle multiple devices, streaming HD at a time. So basically I'm getting the same speed I was getting on the other carrier that I was using. So now I'm able to save money while doing this. Switching to Mint Mobile is extremely easy. You can do it the eSIM route, which is very easy. I just popped in my traditional SIM on the 7 Pro here, and it was very easy to set up as well too. You just download the Mint application and you're basically all good to go. It's extremely easy to go ahead and set all of that up. Mint also offers a modern family plan, guys, and that lets you set up a super affordable family plan with as little as 2 lines. And also, guys, as an added saving bonus, between November 14th and January 15th, if you purchase a 3-month plan, you'll receive an additional 3 months free using my link, Mint Mobile Matthews Tech. That will be in the description down below. This offer is also available for all plans, including unlimited, so definitely check that out, guys. Alright, so let's go ahead and start off with the design. I definitely think the Note 10 Plus has aged better when it comes to the design. Now, I do think the 7 Pro is more comfortable to hold for sure. Let me get a wipe down on the 7 Pro. Let me get a wipe down on both of these. Actually, they kind of pick up fingerprints like crazy. So I really like the design of Note 10 Plus. Visually, it looks to me a little bit more modern from the back at least. But the 7 Pro actually looks more modern on the front to me because it's got a full screen display, which we will get into. But as far as the design here, both very nice devices, both glass and metal devices. They both have IP ratings. Technically the 7 Pro doesn't have an official IP rating, but you can get this phone wet for sure here. And the Note 10 Plus, it has an advantage as far as the hardware when it comes to having SD card support. That's something that the 7 Pro does not have. And you also have the built-in stylus on the Note as well too. So if you're somebody that is into digital artwork, if you're somebody that likes to draw, or you just want to use your phone as a stylus, then you can definitely do that here. Alright, so here is the thing about the displays. You have two very beautiful displays on these phones here. So the 7 Pro, it does have a fluid AMOLED display. It also has 90 Hz, which is something the Note 10 Plus lacks. It's HDR10 Plus at 6.67 inches. It's 1440p 516 for the PPI. The Note 10 Plus has a 6.8 inch dynamic AMOLED display. It's also a 1440p display. It's also HDR10 Plus on here as well too. You can see it has a more boxy design on here as well too. They're both actually curved screens as well, as you guys can see there. So like I said, I really like the screens on both. Like I said, they're both 1440p, so resolution wise they both pretty much look the same. They both have slight color differences. I think the Note 7 Pro is giving off a little bit more like a darker sort of color to it, but they almost look identical. It really comes down to the punch hole versus no punch hole. And also, like I said, do you want the more curved design, because this has a more boxy feel that kind of cuts into the hand. This has a little bit more comfortable feel. That's always why I've been really comfortable with the 7 Pro, because of that. Even though it's a big phone, it still feels fairly comfortable to hold. It's not as wide and boxy. Let's talk about these specs a little bit more here. So both of these phones have the Snapdragon 855. This one has 128 gigs and 6 gigs of RAM, the 7 Pro. The Note 10 Plus actually comes out ahead in this category because it has the Snapdragon 855, but you also have micro SD card support, and the base model is 256 gigs and 12 gigs of RAM. So you get way more, RAM and way more storage because of the SD card support there. So that's something that I've always really appreciated with this phone here. As far as the speed, the 7 Pro has not gotten the Android 12 update yet. It's coming very soon. The Note 10 Plus has gotten the Android 12 One UI 4.1. Now, as far as speed goes, they're both very fast phones. Like I said, if you guys haven't seen, I have a full gaming test on both of these phones. They pretty much are going to open things up pretty much the same here. You can see the Note 10 Plus was a little bit faster there, but essentially, like I said, they're both blazing fast phones for older flagship phones. That's one thing that I think you will appreciate here. Now, I will say the scrolling feels much faster on the 7 Pro simply because it has the 90 hertz as opposed to the 60 hertz on the Note. So just scrolling and swiping on the 7 Pro, it just feels a little bit more fluid, more smooth to me. So that's definitely one thing OnePlus got right, putting 90 hertz on this phone. Also, as far as the gaming experience goes, this is also pretty interesting because the 7 Pro low-key games better than a lot of phones, and you really wouldn't expect this phone to be like a gaming phone, but it actually is able to play PUBG at 90 frames, which a lot of phones aren't able to do. Like my S22 Ultra can't do it. A lot of phones can, but a lot of phones can't as well too, or they're not optimized. So let's go ahead and just get into a game, and you could definitely tell the difference, like between playing PUBG at 60 hertz versus 90 hertz. It's a big difference. Okay, so you guys can see here are the settings. Now the Note 10 Plus does a really great job here. You can see HDR Extreme, but there's no, you can see there's no 90 hertz. But it still plays very smooth. Like I said, check out the full gaming test. But the 7 Pro, on the other hand, it's actually able to play at 90 frames, guys. And it is buttery smooth. It's like a night and day difference when it comes to gaming. So I would definitely, and not only that, but it can play other games at 90 hertz too. Call of Duty, it plays at 90 hertz as well. So it's a very impressive, like, older phone to game on. Let's check out the stereo speakers on both of these guys, starting with the Note max volume. Yeah, I definitely give it to the Note. It has a cleaner audio. And it's louder. Yeah, the 7 Pro isn't bad. It's just the Note just sounds way cleaner, and it's also a little bit louder as well too. So I definitely give it to the Note there as far as speakers. Let's talk about the additional features. So both these phones actually have under the display fingerprint sensors. They're both extremely fast, as you can see. So that's one thing that I've always loved about these two phones. And also you can use the face unlock on both these phones, and also it just looks really cool on the hold on, I'll show you guys. It always catches people's eyes on the 7 Pro. You guys can see there, just being able, it pops up and it always catches people's attention. Yeah, so both these phones have NFC, like I said, stereo speakers. Samsung has a lot more with the software, in my opinion. Samsung desktop support, reverse wireless charging, and secure folders. So that's one thing that I've always really liked about One UI. There's a ton of stuff in here that you can take advantage of. And also you have the stylus software on here as well too, which is something I really like. Oxygen OS is very clean, like I said. just very clean, organized. That's one thing that I've always loved about Oxygen OS. Not too much going on here, but they maintain a very clean interface. All right, so let's talk about the photos. You guys can let me know, check out the side-by-side stills. Which one do you think aged better as far as the camera? So the Note 10 Plus, it has a 12 megapixel standard, a 12 megapixel telephoto, it does 2x, and then a 16 megapixel ultra wide, and you have a 0.3 depth sensor. It shoots in 4K 60 on the front and back with a 10 megapixel selfie. The OnePlus 7 Pro has a 48 megapixel standard, a 8 megapixel telephoto, does 3x, and then a 16 megapixel ultra wide. It shoots in 4K 60, and you have the pop-up cam that's 16 megapixels, shoots in 1080 30. So check out these side-by-side stills. Be sure to let me know, what do you guys think? Which phone do you guys think aged better? Alright guys, here's the video on the Note 10 Plus. Got our 2x. Got our 0.5. Alright guys, here's the video on the 7 Pro. And we can't go out to the 0.5, but we can do our 2x. And then it'll do 10x digital. Battery life experience on both of these devices has been pretty good for me. These are two pretty much all-day phones for me. I used the 7 Pro for a very long time and never died on me. It has a 4,000 milliamp battery, 30-watt wired charging, but there's no wireless charging on this phone. So that was always one of the things that, you know, just kind of annoyed me. The Note, on the other hand, has a 4,300 milliamp battery, has faster charging at 45 watts, and has wireless and reverse wireless charging. So the battery experience is overall better to me on the Note because, one, it charges faster and it has wireless and reverse wireless charging. But battery life is pretty much the same. So that is pretty much it, guys. So there's a ton of, you know, pros and cons with these two phones. So be sure to let me know, which phone would you guys choose, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.